felt that working with Gerhard was a sure shot because, you know, I worked with him on Fistful of Candy. He was really quiet and like reserved, but he was super surprising. He was the one out of the 4 minions that just really pissed me off. He made me mad because like he slapped me. He's a good man, you know, super positive and super quiet. But like he gets his point across when he speaks. When I first met Javid, I don't know. First impressions weren't the greatest. Like he was a little shit. I don't know, I liked the way he challenged me. He was always inadvertently pushing characters that I was trying to play. Like he would always like be like, as if he was trying to figure out if I was if I was a fraud or not, you know. He would try to like see if I was like worthy of it. But I loved it though. It's like he was always just, I don't know. It was always a challenge. I liked it. But to be fair though, he did piss me off one time. You know, where he was just kind of like, "Oh, I'm Javid and I'm really smart. Maybe you should like, you know, wonder what I'm thinking." And I'm like, I don't care what you're thinking, man. You know. I still love him after it though. Like I didn't like him in that moment. That's where it went with that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's a fair question. That's a fair question.
I don't remember this.
I know. What do you remember on Fistful of Candy?
No sleep.
Yeah.
Less sleep.
Precisely. Irrational thoughts. I accused somebody of stealing the Jack Daniels.
That's right. You accused me.
Yeah. No.
No?
It was. I think it was you.
Yeah. No, it was. I remember that.
So I thought it was you.
Yeah. And I didn't. I didn't do it. It just happened to be next to me.
I knew who did it.
Who?
The shooting schedule for this weekend was crazy, and I feel like I didn't want the crew to suffer from shooting all morning in North Jersey, driving 2 hours to South Jersey, shooting all night, waking up the next day and shooting again till 6 o'clock in the morning, and then driving home to go to classes. But that's what they ended up doing.
We were packing 2 days worth, which was like 8 pages, into one day. It probably would have been a shit show. Like I thought it would kind of be like a Fistful of Candy type deal, where like everybody kind of hates each other for the entirety of the shoot.
You know that you're talking a lot of shit about people, and it's recording, right?
I don't care.
Okay,
I can do whatever I want.
That's fine. Just letting you know. I don't know if you knew that.
What did it?
And I wanted to make sure that you knew that.
I am very aware.
If you know that, that's fine.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
People know they fucked up.
When were the shot lists completed for the second weekend?
Funny story. We didn't have our shot lists finished for the shoot in the second weekend, so. But you know that stuff happens when you're a college kid and you have a million things to do, like drink tea.
I kind of like walked around, just like tried to like explain to everybody, hey, Saturday is going to be kind of a shit show. So I just want to remind you guys that we need to just like not take anything personally, and to try to be patient, and to just work through this day, which will probably be a motherfucking shit show.
We started at Chris B's house, and it was this really beautiful house, first of all. Let me just make that known. Everything was like marble. It was great.
And that, my friends, is how you make a cup of coffee.
Stinger over by.
Ramboard 64.
You push it. Just push it, yeah. It's like a half lock, I guess you just.
And Chris was so nice about everything. He was totally like, yeah, man, throw your stuff in there. Like, you can use my room. You need me to move this, like, 600-pound marble desk? Like, I got you.
1, 2, 3.
No, it's not even my middle name.
Okay.
Capper, what's our lens?
21. We'll be on this a lot.
Okay. I'm probably still gonna ask every time.
Yeah. To clear the bed.
Like I said, right now I'm like rewriting my whole structure of like the first episode because I realized like.
You guys excited to shoot? How do you know Gerhard?
How do I know Gerhard? Through a very unfortunate set of circumstances.
I feel bad for you.
Every point of human
This guy helped me out years ago.
throughout the universe.
Remember
has
that
led up to
episode
these
too? Or how we spent just the morning watching Breaking Bad.
We
We could have just started. I don't know what the hell we were waiting for. We were just like, yeah, we're just gonna watch Breaking Bad before we get started.
I'm wearing
Seriously? A purple shirt.
No, you cannot wear NYU.
I got accepted, then they gave me no money. And I was like, fuck this.
pretty cool though. You got accepted. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You got accepted in
Yeah, but that's like half the battle. And then you realize, like, oh.
Okay, guys, we're about to roll. I know we're shooting MOS, but I still would like quiet on set so they can concentrate. Thank you.
Had we known that certain ADs were gonna leave midway through the shoot, I guess we would have been smarter to start with someone who was gonna stay there.
Here, Schultz.
I would have to be the AD because Brian had some personal issues that he had to address.
Ready?
Nobody's mom died of cancer. I was gonna say Brian. That didn't happen, did it?
Hey Alexa, your first AC now. Have fun. Bye. She's never first AC'd before. This was her first, like, grand scale set.
I can do this.
I'm sure some people would disagree.
I can do this.
So while we were in Lincoln Park,
How do you want to do it?
We're gonna go around here and then stick it in the back, and then we're gonna clamp it and hold it taut. So you do a reach around, you stick it in the rear.
Okay, reach around,
And then you clamp her up so she can't speak.
Whoa.
What are like
I've done this before.
It made a huge difference.
I take naps whenever I can. Sometimes if we're not doing anything on set, I'll just find a nice little spot in the corner. Just, Yeah, no, that's bullshit. Never sleep on set.
Unless you're sound, right?
Unless you're sound, you can do whatever you want. You could sit in a chair and just tell your boom guy to do his thing, or you could just, not do. I can't.
Can we divert from this question, and can we just do a documentary on how much I hate Steve Lopez's sound mixing chair? Can we just talk about how much of a stupid piece of shit that is? How much I want to go Office Space on that stupid fucking chair, and just throw it on the ground, and then tear it up with a fucking chainsaw. Look at Chris, fucking cracking up. You got veins coming out of your forehead. Cause you know it's true. Everybody hates that shit.
You just call us when you need us.
He's gonna graduate, and the only one that's gonna give him a job is Janet Wilson, and that's
Scene 1, room tone, take 1. This is the real scene 1.
I've come to talk with you again.
Like, you know, if you're a sound mixer, you need to take a nap. Take a nap during MOS takes. And bringing a chair on set in a room full of chairs isn't really logical. It's just like stupid stuff like that. Like things that are common sense that could be changed. That really irritates me. And like, you know, Steve's really talented, and it makes me upset because if he's so good, like, you know, don't be a lazy piece of shit and kind of just like keep a level of professionalism, because once you leave high school, it doesn't matter what you did here, because if you're a lazy piece of shit on set, when you go into the professional world, you ain't getting nowhere.
Did you just say high school?
High school, college. It feels like high school. It's fucking clicky as shit.
Talk about the clicks.
Talk about the cliques? Well, there's those stupid ass TV majors.
Keep going, keep going.
No, go ahead. I want to hear it. I know it.
No, there's cliques. I don't want to talk about cliques. What do you mean, why not? This is not what the film is about. There weren't any cliques on there. I worked well with everybody on there. Except Javid.
So I started looking up potential locations for where we can shoot this roadside cop scene down in South Jersey. So I'm on Google Maps, and I spent like a good half hour talking with Chris and like trying to find like 4 solid options for West Bumblefuck Nowhere, where the fuck Gerhard lives.
Driving the set was great because I took the time to study my lines, which was, I guess in hindsight, kind of dangerous because you know, reading and driving is not a thing. Like, you shouldn't really do that. But I was studying my lines. I had peace of mind. It was the whole car. It was like by myself, and I mean, I didn't have that many lines, but like it was the persona that I was trying to like.
I think I was driving, and I got tired and asked Gerhard next to me if he could drive, because I was like starting to go in and out of sleep, and I just didn't want to put all of us in the car in that situation, you know, where I fall asleep at the wheel. That could be horrible. And he's like, well, I was falling asleep too. So then Tyler, our actor in the back, says, I could drive.
I start feeling raindrops on my head. I spent the entire fucking 2-hour drive wet. Like, my hair was just wet and there was nothing I could do about it. And if I tried to like push it or something, it would just like splurge onto me. It was awful.
Gerhard has like the nicest parents in the world, and we got to his house and they had all this food ready and the whole crew's eating. It's like a good time.
You asking me about the meals because I ate the most? You calling me fat Gerhard? You stupid motherfucker.
Gerhard like comes over and like sneaks me out of the house, and he's like, so let's just go check out locations.
Gerhard and Nick are gone, and I'm not too sure why. I'm like, at that point, I finish eating and I'm like looking for him. Where is Gerhard and Nick?
This is the first time I'm actually in South Jersey, and we were searching for locations for the shoot within the next couple hours. Sounds bad. Worked out.
I call Gerhard, and I asked him, yo, Gerhard, where are you? He's like, oh, we're out location scouting. And I'm like, wait, Gerhard, why? Why are you, I had 4 locations lined up. Why are you scouting? I worked pretty hard on this to like find these spots. They're really good spots. Like, why didn't you, I'm the AD, why didn't you like inform me about this, Gerhard? Then he tells me, oh, well, we found a location, so it's okay. And I'm like, okay, great. I found 4 of them. Okay?
Shooting the cop scene was, I'm gonna not pick my ear when I'm talking. Now, the cop scene was probably my favorite. No, that's a lie. Shooting the cop scene is probably, I'm gonna start over. I don't know what I was gonna say. It seemed like the most simple like setup to get done, but it was like one of the most difficult because of something that was out of our control, and that was cars.
We were shooting on a relatively busy road.
You know, a public road.
It was too late at that point to change locations, so we had to shoot on this road.
It was like 10, to midnight or something.
There was no shoulder. So we were halfway on the grass, halfway on the road. A lot of times cars would have to drive around us because while we were shooting, like, crew might be in like the middle of the road. Like, we had the Dana dolly there at one point, 8-foot speed rails. That was 8 feet on the road. Now Jay was in a full cop uniform. He had a holster and a BB gun, a really convincing BB gun. He looked pretty legit. So this motherfucker, what he would do is he
was, you know, directing traffic, and it was pretty great because he was like super method about it and like waving all these people on, and no one even like questioned. Everyone was just like, oh, there's a cop here, you know, like whatever.
It just felt natural. Like
Did you slip into character?
Yes.
This one like sedan driving towards us, and Jay starts to flag him off. But the thing is, he was slowing down. Like really slowing down, and Jay's like flagging him off to like just go around us, right? He gets really close, and all of a sudden police lights comes on, and it was a freaking undercover cop. So Jay immediately puts the flashlight down, puts his hands up, and the cop comes out.
He says, "Officer, my hands are exposed."
Hey, like,
I'm sorry.
Just so that you know, like, you know, I'm an actor, and this is a set in which, like, I'm pretending to be a cop.
In uniform, and I have a holstered gun in my right pocket.
It's not real. Yeah.
Oh my god, like this is so like this is bad.
The cop was like, "It's okay, you could like put your hands down." I was like, "No."
What happened was he walked up to us and he asked us how we were doing, where we were from, and we were saying, "Oh yeah, this is a student short film for Montclair State University." And he tells us, "Oh, I graduated from Montclair." We were like, "Wow, yeah, this is great. You know, you're an alumni. How you doing?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm doing great, doing great. I just wanted to."
The cop was perplexed. Anyway, so like when I was able to finally put my hands down on my side, I made it a part of my project to like kind of investigate him and be like, "Hey, like."
So I wanted to ask you a couple questions about,
you know, protocol and like what he does. It's like when cops do, you know, when they do things. And he was like, "Really? Like you're asking me that right now?" And I was like, "Yeah. I mean, like you could have pointed a gun at me, so yeah, I'm gonna investigate you as a cop who's trying to be a cop." But anyway, it's great.
Jay then asked the cop what he would do in certain scenarios.
All of a sudden we see the cop like giving Jay directions on how to be a cop. Like he was just like, "Oh, this is how you cop. You use this flashlight."
He's like, with the fucking flashlight and shit, and Jay's all into it now. Because he's got advice. But no, it was cool because the cop came and he put on his sirens. And I realized I had fucked up the cop light because like his light was dimming and shit. So I did that and just locked it. It was pretty cool.
He starts at the cop car and walks behind the Jeep and like leaves like fingerprints on the back of the car to like leave a trace that he was there. Flashes the flashlight like into the car. See what's in there as he's making his way to the
window, and I gotta say it was a hell of a thing.
Jay is just like eating this up, like just asking questions and like really and this cop was just really working with us. It was really weird. Okay, we gotta get going. And Jay's just like, "All right, well, thank you so much. Your advice is absolutely invaluable."
He said my cop mustache was legit.
And hey, you know, I think Gerhard actually said this. He said this to the cop. He was like, "Hey, so would you be interested in just hanging around and just, you know, supervising?" And the cop was like, "No." Yeah. So that was like the best case scenario for like dealing with cops on set like I've ever been through. It was crazy. I've never been through that before, and it was very refreshing compared to like the weekend before when that cop was just a douche to us, just wanted to say something.
The rig just going back and forth, you know, Annie just giving the old in out with that rig, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta have to figure out how to make that work.
10 Beta, take 1.
Where you headed?
We were going fishing.
10 Beta, take 2.
Visiting a sick relative out of town.
3.
I was just driving my dad home. We're going to a church retreat. Picking up my little brother from summer camp.
we took it too far.
Get the sillies out. Let's get right back into it. Back to one.
All right, we'll make a decision now.
It's a legitimate excuse.
It's nighttime, so it's even weirder.
It's the
Okay.
weirdest thing.
all right. Let's
I'm
get
driving
back
my
into
dad
it.
home.
Drive my dad home.
All right. I didn't cut. Does he cut?
Steve, are you still rolling?
Yeah.
All right, keep rolling.
Let's do it.
All right, call it.
No. Jabba was very, very precise, and like he kept us on time, even though we like really sucked at it sometimes.
Tyler is supposed to check Jay with the car door, just like slam it open onto Jay. But like so the first take, he does it, then Jay just goes flying onto the concrete. We're just like, oh shit, Jay, are you okay?
Oh God! Oh God!
That's fine.
Jay is a screamer. Jay screams.
I was at the mercy of Gerhard, and I was happy to be. Thank you. Is it a little more?
One more.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
You want to take a
No,
sip?
no,
Okay,
good.
alright.
Don't do that. Thank you. I'm very trustworthy of Gerhard, so as far as like director actor is concerned, personally I'm not sure, but either way.
Who's scarier to work with? Jabri Rios Rhodes or Gerhard Patterson?
Jabri and Gerhard are both scary to work with, because I'll tell you why. Like, Jabri is an outward psychopath, and I feel like Gerhard is an inward psychopath.
That's correct.
Like, he's like always like super happy and like smiling. And, like, he makes me do like fucked up shit, like get run over by a car. I don't know what to say. Like, Gerhard is just very savage, but like he does it with a smile on his face, so it's very like it's bizarre.
Do you ever have nightmares? Did you like clowns as a child?
These guys that had stopped us when Sean's standing on top of all this gear, you know, they mentioned that guy. I was like, yeah, that guy's the coolest guy. Yeah, he was really cool. He showed one of our actors, you know, how to be a cop. And how weird. Can you hear these sirens? Whoa, they're here. Anyway, so yeah, you know, cops in South Jersey, I don't mind you. You're pretty cool guys. But yeah, so I say like, oh yeah, that guy was cool. He showed our actor, you know, how to be a cop. And he was like, oh yeah, he's whatever. And so eventually he just tells Nick, you know, like drive safe, you know, if you're too tired, you know, pass the wheel to someone else. And then it's just like, peace. And we're like, Sean's still like, you know, huddled on top of all this stuff in the back with no seatbelt or seat to even be sitting in. And we somehow got away with that. And like, we're driving away and we're like, oh my God, just freaking out. And the cops are like behind us for a while, and Nick's like a stick, like trying to drive perfectly while this guy's behind him. And, you know, eventually they pull off. We go to Wawa, get some delicious food, grab some mac and cheese for Gerhard. That happened. And then head back to Hotel Gerhard. And yeah, by the time we got back, like Sean leaves, and we walk in, and like the house is like a cave. It's like absolutely pitch dark, and out of the darkness comes Gerhard for his mac and cheese. And we went upstairs, you know, and we were talking to him for a little bit, and eventually just like go to bed because it was crazy. So that was a crazy night. Yep. And so that, anyway, the next day was a later start day, which was nice. We got time to, like, you know, refresh ourselves.
We are location scouting the morning of the shoot. Gerhard had this place in mind, and it turns out we didn't technically have permission to film there, but we kind of just did it anyway.
We walk in there, though, and there's just, like, bags everywhere, like, people's belongings, and I was like, we're definitely not allowed to be here right now. Like, these are, like, people's things. And there's, like, cots in the back room. I'm like, this is, like, a camp or something, and we're intruding somehow. But no one even really cares, and we just go in anyway and, like, just start setting up. And I get everything, like, together with the shoulder rig, and I'm like, oh, you know, let me get a head start on, like, on the dolly. And so I walk out there, and I stop at, I think the rails were in Nick's car or something. And so I'm going out there, and Javid's out by Nick's car too. And we're just standing there, you know, whatever, talking. And then I reach in to go grab them. And as I'm pulling them out, like, I just hear, like, this machinery coming down the road. And I'm like, no, like, that's not a bus. I don't believe it. It's not a bus. And lo and behold, it's a bus. And this giant bus pulls up, and I'm like, this is so bad. This is definitely these people that belong to these bags. And the lights on the bus turn on, and it's just like people. There's so many people on that bus, and they're just like running off of the bus, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, Javid, what's happening right now? They just start running towards us, and I'm like, what the fuck? Can I get cursed? I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh my God, these people are running towards us. What's happening? They're all wearing like blue shirts and stuff, and like chanting and like yelling at each other, like 5 minutes, blah, 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 back on the bus. We're like, what is this? And nobody even looks at us, and we're just like standing there like, like watching this happen. They just run past us, and, you know, no one pays any mind to us or tells us who they are. And we're just standing there for a while. I'm like, okay, maybe this is like a normal thing. And, you know, so I grab the stuff and I start walking in, and like there's just like a sea of blue shirts among like Montclair film kids, and everyone's just like, what's going on? They eventually like all grab their stuff and like leave without saying like a single word. No one says anything, and it's super weird. And we didn't really question it though. Somehow like everything that wasn't supposed to work somehow worked. It's like, you know, the 2 dead men miracle instead of a catastrophe, which is good. Roman and David came back, and they had coffee, and I was so excited. And there's like this box of like Wawa coffee, and yeah, but there's like no cups, and David was like, nah man, don't drink that coffee. I'm telling you, we got like small cups, we got medium cups, don't even worry about it, I got you. And I was like, all right, so like I'm waiting a while. We eventually just, you know, use whatever cups and just drink that coffee. Just drink that coffee.
And then the last rig I remember was the booklight at the last end of the scene, but it's just an accent with the HMI, and the campfire really does most of the work for those scenes.
I don't even know how they set that stuff up so quickly, but it was like a second I like looked over, and it was just like all set up, and it looked great. We had the dolly and everything finally set up. We had the shoulder rig set up. Everything was going great.
Because they're always like, look at me, I joined AARP.
Doesn't that look cool?
Yeah, it looks cool, because I gaffed it. I was like, Mike, hey, we're gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna take this first hour, you take the next hour, and then we'll switch off. And then Mike was like, oh no, I'm just gonna do the whole thing because I'm Mike Miller and I'm a grip and I'm a man and I go to the rec center at Montclair State, so my balls are big. So he stayed up for the whole shoot, and then he was all cranky. I told him not to do it.
We ended up finishing the film the last day.
And then I went back to sleep. And that was your film.
I got to drive these actors back, and even though everybody was like dead tired, I was like struggling to stay awake, honestly. That's like an issue with like with these sets, is that when they go overnight, you know, it gets really dangerous for people to go home because they could fall asleep behind the wheel or like fall asleep in the train or something, and you know, shit can just go wrong. So Tyler was just keeping me awake, you know, every now and then. He actually offered to drive. He offered to drive. I was like, nah, man, it's okay. I got this in my head. And I'm like, you're not fucking driving my car again. It wasn't a shit show, if that's what you're asking. It turned out perfectly fine.
No. It's gonna be a good film in the end. So it doesn't matter what happened during production because it's all about the end product. Anybody could tell you that. Ask Will Xavier. Ask me. Ask Sean
Oh my God, the
DeLugos.
camera's still on? How did DSLRs even record this much? This is fucking bullshit. I heard there was an embargo and it was only 15 minutes. You even recorded straight for like an hour. I got here from making fun of homeless people, and then it was going on. And I just went and watched Rocky IV, and I come back out, Jabri's still in this stupid close-up. How the fuck are you gonna cut this together? This is ridiculous.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick D'Amico.
No matter how many issues we had, this movie was going to be great because we had such a phenomenal crew lined up and we had such a phenomenal cast lined up that I knew even if just nothing worked out, we had so many cool people that were willing and believed in this project to bring it to life.
We had good chemistry.
It's not you, it's me, John.
We don't move until the actor.
Mikey, put the gun down.
We don't move until the
Mikey, put the gun down.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Mikey, put the gun down.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay, Mikey. I'm with your mother now. I see the light.
Where you boys headed?
Just driving my dad home.
You know why I stopped you?
You can't tell me you didn't see this coming. You did this to yourself. I don't want your town. I want my domain. I want what you promised.
Overall, it was a good experience, and I've been using my experience on Two Dead Men to sort of like gauge how my film 3 production will be, because it's going to be pretty big, and like its scope is just as wide, if not wider, than Two Dead Men. So I used it as a good like basis for like what to do, what not to do.
Let's not do it outside.
No. You can do it inside looking at the door.
We had a really intense class. How'd it go? It went well, I guess. I mean, Grayson kind of like broke down, like the. Yeah, like really like hey,
what's up?
He was like, he basically just flat out said like, we should have been doing this 2 weeks ago. We should have been rehearsing with him 2 weeks ago, but instead I was, you know, on your shoot. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it should sync.
Also, an ad's opacity.
Yeah,
There's actually his name.
Okay.
Great.
Do you want me to
Should we
send
leave
somebody on a run, or?
Should we leave? I'm okay without it if you don't want. Yeah, do we have a milk jug? Would be perfect.
Wait, so what's going on?
These are fire extinguishers.
That HMI is gonna be on though, right, for the shot?
Yeah. Guys, let's slate and then we'll fog and then we'll go for a take.
Everybody calm down.
Oh, well, that's blown up.
That's fine, I'm good with that. Leg over here. Sorry, one second. Nap 2. Dude. Alright. Are you on your way back? Hello? Steve?
Oh! It's going crazy.
Steve! Steve! You made it!
I did.
How are you?
Fuck.
Yes, Steve! 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 And that's lunch, everybody.
Let's make a fucking movie already now.
When the people get dragged and you don't see who's dragging them, they do that.
Pretty much.
Alright. I blew into it. How's your ears? Huh? You suck.
Still recording?
That's true. You know, it's like they don't know. So that works.
We've gotten 3 shots done.
I know.
The entire fucking day.
4 technically. He says some lines. Back to 1.
We haven't gotten the 4th.
Then she screams in his face, right? It's potential to fly back.
Rob.
Oh no.
It ain't cool.
He's struggling. Getting at her back.
I'm right here.
Say that? Yeah. That's exactly what you do. Then grab.
Then grab.
Then grab.
And then say
that's
what
our
I
son.
I'm snowing y'all.
So, it's close to 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm planning this shot all day. It's a big blood shot, and it's a big special effects shot. As you can tell, some of us are quiet, but it's about to happen right now. Kind of excited for it, but at the same time, it's been a long day, so I'm gonna try to get this thing done quick.
Just remember, actually, everybody got food poisoning. How Raiders of the Lost Ark too?
Well, we're gonna still sleep.
You think it's safe right here? Okay. All right.
Like this.
I hope he moves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So just gotta get him yelling.
Isaac, you ready?
I'm ready.
Whatever, I'll just say
Okay.
something.
Wait, do we need gels, Nick, for this?
Oh, okay. So
No way to get
the
that.
actual.
Oh.
We should do this.
Fucking just go with it, man. Just go for it.
Gerhard, can you confirm with them that you won't be in the shot while doing that?
Yo, yeah.
No, it's really tight.
They're like far away. They're parts away.
We need G&E on the hacksaw.
Bang!
Yeah, could you pull the shirt up?
Oh wow.
No, that's working.
That's cool.
Oh wow.
Let it drain.
Wow. That's fixed. Nice. It's perfectly placed, and I can move around, and it's really perfect.
Do you think it'll stay?
It's cool, yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's cool.
Oh, we got
dead
some
man.
condom.
Sam Mitchell's been murdered.
BTS, you rolling it? Copy.
No.
the location. No.
That thing hadn't had sex in 5 years.
It smells like chocolate.
Oh wow.
I take your word for it.
What did I say? It's the falling part. You know, it'll
We should put tarp on him, the ground.
H and J.
And I took my time and I turned around and like, oh, shoot. You're having fun?
So we get more blood flowing out as he hits the ground.
Yeah, he wants to take it still.
I know, yeah.
So we're going to the reverse? Was that one and done?
Yeah, he wants to take it still.
We got that first take?
Yeah, do me a favor. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck?
Wait.
So.
Was that a real scream?
Yeah. You too! Look at that!
Wife picture?
Oh my god!
Yeah, can we get a quick photo?